you very much for your kind introduction. Welcome back to our sessions on Careers Track, which sheds the light on China in particular. The panel is titled Creating Asia's Digital Silk Road. My name is Gornpanat Tangkheun, or actually I'm a lecturer in history from Thammasat University in Thailand. You may wonder how come history professor should be here. Actually, I know history is one of the subjects that most people hate. And and those who are interested in history are like technology illiterate. But I find this topic is very interesting. I'm sure that you have been familiar with the term the Silk Road, right? The Silk Road is famous for its ancient route trade between the East and the West. But today we are going to talking about this digital Silk Road, which is totally different, from the ancient Silk Road in terms of, it's not a physical one. It is my honor to have a very interesting, fascinating panelist from world's giant telecom companies in China. Today, first, may I introduce two panelists from the top company in China, Mr. Xiaolei Wu. He is the Career Sales Director of China Telecom Global. Please welcome. And next, our panelist is Mr. Eric Riu, the Senior Vice President from China Unicom Global. Please welcome. Okay, may I sit here and we kind of have a very cordial talk. Thank you very much for both of you for your presenting here. I would like to invite both of you to present and kind of overview of the digital Silk Road, what it is, and what is the driving force for creating Asia's digital Silk Road. Why don't we begin with Mr. Xiaolei Wu first?
Okay. Sorry. Probably I think probably another word actually very well known or very whole word in the moment now is the Belt and the Road. The Belt and Road actually is proposed by China government, and it aims to connecting Asia, Europe, and Africa with the intention to promote the economic cooperation among the countries along the Belt and Road. And I think that the Belt Road focuses the 5 routes now, and connecting China to Europe via Central Asia and Russia, and link China to the Middle East, to the Central Asia and West Asia, and bring together China to the Southeast Asia country and the South Asia and to the Indian Ocean region. And another, and the maritime Silk Road, and focus on those two, connect China to Europe through the Indian Ocean, and also China to the South Pacific Ocean region. So, actually, in China Telecom Global in the past year have been working along the road and working on the connecting to the neighboring country. And China Telecom, we invest every year over around $200 million for the global network in development, with the important portion of which flow into the region along the Belt and Road. And just take example, if you look at the map of China, due to the geographical location, we have 14 countries neighboring with directly. And China, we have built a cross-border connection with 10 of them. And with the interconnection and the partnership with in the country, we can help to the traffic delivery into or out from the country. So the first. Second, actually, we helped our partner in the country actually to improve the quality, to upgrade the system to support the business demanding in potential, and further, and we can develop the transit business connecting to not just focus on the direct neighboring country, but also we can transit wide to a few countries to the far end. Just an example, probably you will know that our Euro-Asia transit solution, and this kind of solution entry to China Telecom we offer in the market for a few years, similar and the service provided by our China Unicom, Eric, and all the China carrier do the similar service provided for this for transit. So, so this is a very brief introduction about what we are doing and what we have done in the past. Yeah. Eric.
Thank you very much, Mr. Xiaolei Wu. I can imagine the potential China as a potential hub of connectivity. Let me move on to Mr. Eric Liu. Would you like to give us an overview about the creating Asian digital Silk Road from your perspective?
Yeah. I think this is a very interesting topic about the digital Silk Road. I think on this Belt and Road region, this initiative actually is a state initiative from China. I think as China second big telco, China Unicom already invests a lot, and we are expecting a good business result, good business cooperation with all this region. So starting from China, like Xiaolei said, China Unicom, we also have a direct cross-border system with 10 of the 14 neighboring countries. And start from there, we will want to connect our business with furthermore regions from Middle East, Central Asia, South Asian countries, Russian CIS countries, go back to Middle East and Europe. And during all this process, we hope that we can bring a bilateral beneficial business with all our local partners there. So I think besides what we already invested on the network infrastructure, on our building up our capability in all this region, we are looking forward to have this good business return with all our partners there.
Thank you very much. It is very exciting to have a vision of a more connected world. But I would like to take a look deeper in details, like about how we gonna implement this to be make it happen. So can you explain a little bit more about your company's investment or infrastructure development plans to make it happen?
Yeah, I think as a carrier, I think most of the partners coming attend the event here, we also share the same experience. We are investing on some basic network infrastructure. This is what we already have and what we have been good at. However, we are also trying to build up our capability on more creative services, especially in all these South Asian countries. For example, for the Euro-Asia cable system, for the AE1 or Symbian 5, all this submarine cable system. Along that, we are trying to build up our smart connectivities. We are trying to invest more network infrastructure, like our global data center in Hong Kong. I believe China Telecom also, their data center in Hong Kong will come up next year. So we are trying to bring all this infrastructure, turn them into our capability to serve more flexible, to serve more in a smart way to our enterprise and all these internet companies. Besides, we are also launching our mobile service in different regions. Like last year, we already have this in Western Europe, and last month, we have this mobile service in North America. And in the middle of this year, we will also launch similar service in South Asian countries. So this is our specific plan.
Thank you very much. Can we get Xiaolei's takes on this topic? What is your company's plan? How is the digital infrastructure different from the physical infrastructure, in your opinion?
Okay, thanks, Nat. And very interesting, you went China Unicom and China Telecom, we all together. Very similar, we have the same kind of approach for the business development, worldwide. So, and back to the topic and about digital security. Actually, we start the planning and the investment from the cross-border connection with the neighboring country, and then for the transit to the country we have not directly neighboring with, and then with all the infrastructure built or under construction, we have planned to complete or build up the regional network, very similar like Eric said, a smart network. So regional network, actually, we want to adopt a very new commercial and operation model, not like a traditional terrestrial cable route. It's very similar like segment by segment management. There are no centralized. The commercial is not very flexible. So with this smart or regional network, and we want to maybe introduce a new service added like in the future, like the cloud, like the support the regional business development, like 4G, 4G and 5G. So this is what our plan in the near future. So actually we had to do similar work in the Central Asia and also in the GMS sub-region country to cover the country neighboring with, include Laos, Thailand, Myanmar, and Vietnam, Cambodia.
That's a lot of regions you need to cover. So it seems to me that to make it make it accomplish, it seems that we need a lot of cooperation between many players in the region, right? So what kind of challenges you think you may encounter? Maybe Eric?
Yeah, I think this initiative will take a very long time. It is across different cultures, many countries from east to west, also Middle East, South ASEAN. I think our telecom market, our industry, is an industry for connection. We connection people, we connection culture, we make connection for business. So telecommunication, I think, is a very good industry to connect people together. We are trying to use our capability, use our expertise in networking, in technology, in some smart, or we call it above layer 3. All these services, we are trying to leverage the collaboration of different market providers. I think this is the most challenging part because it will take time, right? Not every provider in every market are saying the same language or have the same business practice. As an initiator, we are trying to, I think later on Xiaolei can share the same bits, we'll share the same experience. Later on, we are trying to overcome this. We see it is challenging, but we ensure that these are also rewarding.
Yeah, I was also thinking about cultural differences. Xiaolei, how would you tackle these issues? Do you find any other any kind of challenges you may encounter in addition to cultural differences?
Okay, if you look at the country and along the Belt Road, and it's very broad range, and from the east to the west, and Central Asia, Southeast Asia, Middle East, Africa. So with the regulation, economic growth, economic development, and also even the communication facility built, it's differentiated widely country by country. So when we have any plan to build a regional network, regional operation or cooperation, we have to take a lot more effort to align with the partner in each country. Actually, it will take time. For any plan road, it's not like just, we know the summer cable normally, from you have the interest and to till the completion, normally take 2 to 3 years, but for any cooperation cross region, 2 to 3 years, very short term. So this is the most challenge for us. I think, Eric.
I think the regulation in different countries is so different, especially for the telecom.
Totally different.
For the telecom business, I think for some open markets, you are very familiar with just doing your business as long as you are have the acquired license, which is kind of easy to get. However, in some developed countries, it will take a lot of time and a lot of communication with different parties, different stakeholders. Besides, you are a new one, you are a newcomer for this country, for this market. You have to leverage the local expertise to do that. For example, in China Unicom Global, under my department, we have around our employee can speak around 18 languages. Although we have the name of China Unicom, but actually our employee is quite globalized. So we have to leverage the local expertise to help us to make our communication with local partner and the local market much better.
Sorry, I have to add some more. So the challenge ahead, other than the regulation and the cross-region cooperation, another side is talking about the business and the development. I have to say the cost, the unit cost. So compared to the submarine cable and to take example Eurasia connectivity or maybe some terrestrial route connecting Hong Kong to Singapore. So if we want to try to explore the direct route, and the unit cost is very, I can't say very high, but relatively high compared to the submarine cable. So that means for the investing, it in the very beginning it's a lot of money, like include China Telecom, China Unicom, but not more. Actually, for the countryside, it still they can't afford such huge or a higher cost compared to their other route selection. So this is the challenge. However, for us, and I think we are working with our partner, we try to deploy new technology like 100 gig in operations and regional network wave planning. So we try to reduce the cost and to meet the requirement. And try, in return, more traffic running on the system or network, that means the lower cost will be.
That sounds promising. Your vision, your answer remind me of an old saying, an optimist see the opportunities in every difficulty. I know in developing country, many people still don't have an internet access. So what do you find an opportunity for Asia carriers to, improve their life? And for your, what kind of benefits can be expected for this project?
Yeah, I think the network right now already played a very important role, in everybody's daily life, and this is what we are good at. This is what we are doing, and for example, internet access, and all these enterprise customers, they want to access the cloud or their own private WAN infrastructure. This is what we are building at. I think this is one way that the telecom carrier are contribute for this whole ecosystem. And the digital Silk Road is not like the infrastructure that we can see or we can touch, right? We just build up all this information highway. We are trying to make all this region, the information infrastructure can be at the same level as all these developed countries.
Shirley, what do you find an opportunity for Asia's carrier, and what kind of benefits did you expected from the project?
Okay, talking about the benefit, actually, and so just to take example, if you look at some landlocked country, I mean, now they have to not very reliable connectivity to the outside world. And also for investor, today I just noticed the topic, many guys are talking about the emerging market. This is a trend, this is the future. But the emerging market, that means, and if you look at the country, actually there are not much facility, not much good network connectivity with the outside world. If the investor, they enter the new market, the new emerging market, actually, when talking about the cost to build a telecom service, it very cost much. So for us, and the benefit to the customer, actually, when we work with them to interconnect, to make the interconnection, and help to provide them with the diversity or provide them a cost-effective solution. So that means they're benefited to the customer. And on the other side, we are approached sometimes by our carrier customer in the region. We are approached by them, they want to build connection, they want to work with China Telecom to have the regional network and to support their own business or their business into the country. So I think this is a benefit. And I just noticed there's one guest that mentioned about reliability or diversity. You know, for the country now they have only one route. Just take example, Kyrgyzstan and right now and all the majority traffic have to go through the Kazakhstan, Russia, and to the west world, to Europe. And however, when the completion with the cross-border connection with them, and we give them option, we give them another direct route with Kyrgyzstan, China, Hong Kong, to the Asia. So one side is the more cost-effective solution, another side is diversity. So this is, I think, the benefit to the customer, either the enterprise customer or the carrier customer in the region.
Before we are going to the Q&A session, I may ask another question. What is your prediction, or what is going to happen if this project is totally complete in the future? What is your prediction? Maybe Eric?
No, actually, I don't think it's a project to have a very specific timetable to complete. Actually, I hope that it can be a trend can last for a long time. It's a kind of initiative that can bring more communication among all the countries in the region. I don't think China wants to take the leading position as a culture, because when you say about culture, there's no leading position. Every culture we want to use our telecommunication expertise to connect all these cultures. And we hope that with the digital Silk Road, that our telecom carrier can provide more smart service, can get more profitable return, just beyond what we are providing on this traditional capacity. Right? So this is what we are looking at. We hope that during all this process, we can be steadily upgrade ourselves and make more bilateral beneficial business with our local partners.
So what about you, Soleil?
Yeah, so they talk about the future. I talk about I think it's a very brilliant future actually. If really we complete all the project in process and on the paper, so that means at that time I believe, and then after the completion of the project, when Steven from Geography when presented the map talking about the IDC, now we notice a lot of IDC in US, America, in Europe, maybe a few in India and China, but you may notice there are a lot in the Central Asia, in the Southeast Asia, even in the Middle East. When the other project is complete, I think at that time, even Africa, Middle East, Central Asia, those 10 countries are not very familiar with, there are huge IDCs. So I was not surprised at that time.
Thank you very much. We have a few minutes for Q&A session. Do you have any questions or comments you'd like to ask the two panelists? Any question? Do you have any questions for any comments or anything you would like to share with our panelists? If there's no question, actually, I would like to ask more, but I know we kind of run over the time limit. So thank you very much for insightful discussion. I think it's worth listening to our panelists' insightful discussion. I think the project Creating Asia's Digital Silk Road initiated by the Chinese government, and also it also required a lot of a more cooperative supply for many players in the region and across the regions. The project is very big and promising. So please give a big round of applause to our panelists, Mr. Wu Xiaolei and Mr. Eric Lim.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.